like it. We're adding a whole vanilla bean to this one recipe. And then some butter to make it nice and rich. Can you do me a favor and get the heavy cream and the whole milk from the pastry? So let's look at the recipe and what we need to do. For this recipe, we actually need a saucepan and we need some heat source. And I'm going to demonstrate this right here. You're going to actually be working over here. This little heat source is a little slower than the gas. Things always go faster with gas. So I'll get this all together. So we have all the ingredients we need. Now it's really important always too to read through a recipe. If we look at the amount of sugar that we have in the recipe, how much is it calling for?
Half cup.
Half cup. So let's read down into that very first part of the recipe. In a saucepan, combine the milk, the heavy cream, and how much of the sugar? Half of the sugar, quarter cup of sugar. This is important. We need that other half for another process. So a quarter of the sugar, a straight vanilla bean, and the salt, and we're going to bring that to a boil over a medium heat. So I'm going to get the sugar, salt, and then I'm going to also take a moment and, with the heavy cream, you'll notice a lot of it sticks to the container. I'm going to use the milk, the whole milk, to rinse it out, get it all out of there. This is a really rich pastry cream that can be used for lots of different purposes. And I just added all the sugar, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
You did.
I did. So I'm gonna do a little test tonight. We're gonna get this warmed up and see what happens when I do this. It makes it a lot harder to get your yolks to be tempered. The sugar helps dissolve some of the, or helps with the cornstarch in this process too. And by adding the sugar and the cornstarch to the egg yolks, it keeps them from cooking permanently. So I'm going to be very careful as I stir that in there. So I'm just doing a test. Often this happens in class. Some people just dump it all in and then we'll realize, oops, I did it. Can it be okay? It'll be okay. So the next thing, we need to bring that up to a boil, but I need to put the vanilla bean in there. So I'm going to get a knife out. And who has not used the vanilla bean before? A few of us. Now, we'll talk more about all these ingredients a little later in the class. What I want to do is cut the vanilla bean with a sharp knife. I'm going to just cut one side if possible. And the vanilla bean pod is pretty resilient. Once I cut it through, I want to take it and open it up with my fingers. And just splay it open. What we want is on the inside. These are the seeds of the pod, and it's all on the inside. And what I'm going to do is with the back of the knife, the non-sharp part of the knife, is just put a scrape across there to remove those beans. And I'm going to actually put all of the